Hello and welcome. This is an update on my health journey. First of all, I'm sorry that I haven't posted any videos on health and fitness after 50 in the past few weeks or maybe in the past month or so. I've just been really busy with things. It doesn't mean I'm not remaining healthy and all that and exercising. It just means that I haven't had time to do this. So now I have a little bit of time here on a Sunday and everybody's out of the house and I have, some silence. And I want to talk about my journey with body composition. So when I began actually I'm 61 now. Okay. And when I started my exercise program, my official exercise program, as I call it, because I started really exercising on more of a regular basis, almost daily basis. That was in March of 2023. It's now May of 2024. So it's been like about 14, almost 14 months. And I have some pictures here from the 13th month that I'll show you here. I'm really happy about. So here is the first set of pictures I want to show you. And so I'm of course 61 and I was 60 when I started my exercise program. So this photo on the left is of course at March 13th, 2023. I was 183 pounds. I always like to keep track of my weight so I can compare it with my weight at other points in my journey. Then April 26, 2024, I tried to take the exact same photo wearing the same shirt, similar slacks, and it's really amazing what you see here. Okay, I was 3 pounds heavier. Big deal. I mean, that's not a big deal. In fact, that's a good thing. So you can see that the photo on the left and the photo on the right are significantly different. You can't see musculature. I have my shirt on. You can't, if I were walking through Walmart or something, or walking through a store, most people wouldn't notice a difference. But when you look at these photos that are like 13 months apart, a little over a year, you can see a huge difference in my state of health and my state of body composition. And the easiest way to see this is not, since I have a shirt on, you can't see this. You can't see it in my torso or my arms, or you can see it in the face. So look at my head and the shape of the head. Look at the shape of my head in 2023 in March, and then look at the shape of my head 13 months later. This is progress. This is progress. This is why it's really important to take photos. I would suggest, you don't even have to take photos with your shirt off, which I'm going to show you in a second or a minute or so. I'm going to show you the same photos with my shirt off, okay? So we can compare them. But you need to take photos. If you're an older person or a person of any age for that matter, and you want to keep track, you're concerned about your health, the best thing you can do for yourself is just take regular photos. I take weekly photos on every Tuesday. It's like a ritual. I've done this now for well over a year, taking photos every week to track my progress. And so it keeps me in line also when I take photos. So I also weigh myself. So I weigh myself once a week now. I used to weigh myself every day when I started, but then now I just weigh myself once a week on photo day. I take a front photo, usually just without a shirt on. And I don't take a whole full body photo because my legs kind of suck. I don't know. I have lipomas all over my legs and it's not really pretty. So, but I do a lot of leg exercises. So it's not like I have skinny legs or anything. It's just that, I don't know, I don't want to show I have lipomas all over my legs. They're ugly. So all I really care about is when I take photos, I take an upper body photo. Now, here is Well, wait. Okay, before I show you the without the shirt photos, I want to just talk a little more about the differences in my appearance here. So if you don't take photos, you have nothing to gauge your progress with. That's why if I hadn't taken photos, I would have had no idea that I was in such better health 13 months later. You can see that in my head. You can see it on my face. I'm more attractive in the second photo. I was 60 in the photo on the left. I was 61 on the photo on the right. Most men my age, it's the opposite. Most men my age the photo on the right would be their first photo, and then over a year later when they're 61, the photo on the left would be the next one because they've lost muscle, gotten out of shape, and they don't look so healthy. So you can see, it's very clear to see. You don't have to be a doctor, you don't have to be an MD, you don't have to be a scientist, you don't have to have any education at all to see this. It is an absolute fact that in 13 months, I dramatically improved my health. And I did this through exercise and diet. Diet and exercise. Diet and exercise. So let me show you, I'm going to talk about my sort of diet and exercise protocol. That's a fancy word here. I'll tell you about my routines or protocol in a couple minutes, but let's look at the shirtless photos here. So I have shirtless photos approximately the same time. This one here is from March 26, 2023. So just, a week or so, or a couple weeks later, I officially took my shirtless photos. The March 26th photo was the first shirtless photo I took on my health journey. And that's how I looked in March of 2023 with no shirt on. It's not bad. I mean, not bad for a 60-year-old, but you can always do better. Okay? So I'm never just pleased with how I am. So now, look at the photo on the right. The photo on the right is basically the same, 3 days away from my photo with the shirt, the second photo. So you can see that not only has my face improved in its appearance, I'm more attractive, I think, in the face, in the head. But look at my body. Look at the composition of the body. Look at the V. I'm starting to get I acquired a V taper in 13 months. I, broadened my shoulders. When you look back at the shirt photos, the photos with the shirt, you can see, if you look, you can see very clearly that my shoulders have increased in size. I've increased pretty much in size everywhere. You can see with my clothes on, but with my clothes off, I look actually kind of thinner. So I've actually gained 3 pounds. So in those 13 months, I gained 3 pounds. But I look incredibly more fit than I did in the first photo. So it has to do with overall body composition. I have much less fat and much more muscle in the photo on the right. And that is an absolute fact. You can't argue with that because of the photos. This is why it's really important to take photos. So I'm really pleased. I'm really pleased with what I've done here at age 61. You have to realize I'm 61. Most men my age are not doing very well. I mean, I saw a man, I won't name names, but it's a man on YouTube. He makes YouTube videos. He's a little younger than me, actually. He's like 3 months younger than I am, I think. This guy looks like he's 80. I mean, he looks 80 years old. This is really, really sad. I mean, he probably had a hard life and everything, so I'm not making judgments or anything, but most men in 60 or above are starting to look a little haggard. And my goal is just to be healthy and to be as healthy as I can be at my age. Now, what do I do? Okay, so here's my protocol of what I've done for the past well over a year. I've gone on phases. Okay, so I don't just keep one program. I don't just do one thing. I haven't done one thing all that time. So if you take your typical male who starts an exercise program, they may start going to the gym. You know, they'll do their curls, or do their overhead press, they'll do their bench press, they'll do their squats. But they fall into this routine where they do that, you know, 2 or 3 times a week, or maybe 4 times a week, and that's all they do. They do the same exercises day in and day out. They never challenge themselves or stress themselves in any way to form new adaptations. And so I have a very mixed exercise program. In the very beginning, when I was first starting in March 2023, it was mostly, I actually worked out really hard with weights and dumbbells, some barbells also in the gym. But then I came to the realization that, you know, I just don't want to be a gym slave and being the slave all the time, be in the gym all the time. You know, I don't know. I have an aversion to gyms and to gym culture and to people in gyms. I don't know. I'm more of a private person, and I like to do things at home. So I quit going to the gym. This would have been around probably maybe May or June of 2023. I just quit the gym, started working out from home. So I got a pull-up bar, I got some rings, I got some, you know, I still used some dumbbells, but I did mostly body weight exercises, mobility type exercises, balance exercises, all types of, you know, maybe some jumping and maybe a little sprints, or you know, I just mix it up. It's a really mixed up program, and it's not something that I do every day, day in and day out. I always try to mix things up and make things fun and make things enjoyable. So in the morning, for example, this morning, my typical morning, I got up, I was listening to a podcast with earbuds in. I was in my living room, and if you saw my video where I run around or I jog around a little island in my house, well, I did that for about 30 minutes. I was doing some light jogging, some walking, maybe some hopping on one leg. I was using my ISO thing, you know, those isometric things that I showed you in a previous video. You know, I was stretching out, doing lots of kind of mobility type things, like balancing on one leg and trying to pick up something off the floor while balancing on one leg. And maybe I did maybe a few step ups, maybe like one set of step ups, you know, on this bench right here. Maybe, you know, just one set of maybe 5 push-ups, something like that. Nothing big, nothing huge. And this is how I start my day. Usually most days I start this way. It's just a mix of all types of exercises, a little bit of cardio mixed in with some stability and balance and anything that I can do. Oh, isometrics. I'm really, really big on isometrics. So I do a lot of isometric exercises, and I mix those up. I mix everything up. Rings, I'll do some ring exercises, maybe, you know, types of maybe suspension type exercises with my gymnastic rings. You know, and then I'll mix everything up. This is the way that you're going to find progress and keep it fun and interesting. This is better than just getting in that rut where you have to go to the gym, you have to do 3 sets of 10, you have to, you know, that's like the standard kind of bodybuilder way to do it. But look, in this full year that I've been doing this, not once have I bench pressed. Okay, so I do not bench press. I do not do anything with barbells. I have some dumbbells here, but I don't have barbells. So I don't do bench press. Okay, I don't do deadlifts. I don't do any of those weight lifting exercises. Yet, look at how fit and healthy I became in 13 months. This is all with no gym, with just mixing things up, working out at home, and watching my diet. So you need to get out of that mindset where if you want to get in shape, you have to join a gym and you have to get a trainer and you have to lift weights the traditional way like bodybuilders do, like Arnold, and you have to get a good pump and you have to get all that. That's all a bunch of bullshit. That's really bullshit. That doesn't do anything. I mean, getting a pump is going to disappear. So I'm really anti-pump. Just pumping up and getting your muscles all pumped, because it's just going to disappear the next day. I'm after real contractile muscle that will stay with me. And that's done by isometrics. It's done by body weight exercises. It's done by muscle control exercises. I do a lot of muscle control exercises, a lot of things like posing type exercises like that, like holding it for a few seconds and doing that again and exercising my biceps. Or I might like do scapula type exercises like this, where I can put my scapula in various positions, and so I do a lot of muscle control type exercises, from like the old school people like did, let's say like the 1920s or 1930s. So I'm really, really big on muscle control. In fact, all day long, I do kind of muscle control things and just naturally. So my exercise really sort of goes all day long. I don't just work out one time and then that's it, and then I don't work out. But I mix things up through the day because I work from home, and I'm always doing stuff around. Maybe I'll jog around the house for 10 minutes when I have some free time, like in the afternoon. I'll have my afternoon coffee, jog around, do some more harder muscle control and isometric exercises and things like that. So it's a non-traditional approach, but it works. It works really well, and it works if you control your diet. So here's what I found about diet too. Try to shoot for at least 50 grams of protein for every breakfast you eat. The first meal of the day, make it 50 to 60 grams of protein. Usually I get around, 60 grams of protein. I get 60 grams of protein in my average breakfast. Okay, so that's a lot. That's like 4 times more protein than the average person gets for breakfast. So I front load my protein. I eat a lot of protein early, and then that holds me over, and then I go throughout the day. I'll eat usually 3 meals per day, and then at night when my wife and I watch TV, I usually snack. Yes, I do snack, but I control my calories usually through the day, and then I leave space for snacking at night. I don't do too much. Some days I don't snack that much. Some nights I snack more. So yes, I do snack. I'm not perfect. Okay, I do eat some unclean foods. I eat some processed foods. Yes, I do. I admit it. But it's not a big deal because I don't do a lot of it. It's not a major portion of my diet. It's probably 5% of my diet is junk, and the rest, or maybe at the very most 10% of my diet is junk, and then 90% is really good, clean food. I eat from all the food groups. So I'm not a keto carnivore. I'm not low fat. I'm not any of those. I eat from all the food groups, and I have a very well-rounded diet. But first and foremost, your first meal of the day, whether it's breakfast or lunch or brunch or whatever, the first meal of the day, you need to make it lots of protein. Overshoot your protein for breakfast. So the way I do that usually is I supplement with whey protein. So I'll have, let's say I'll have bacon and eggs. I don't eat bacon and eggs every morning, but let's say, I don't know, maybe 3 times a week or so, or I'll have bacon and eggs. So let's say I have bacon and eggs in the morning, and let's say I have like 3 eggs. 3 eggs comes to about 18 grams of protein. 2 strips of bacon, maybe 18, maybe another 10. So that would be like 28 grams of protein. So my typical bacon and egg breakfast, maybe I'll have a piece of toast with it, or some fruit too. Say your typical bacon and egg breakfast might have, 25, 28 grams of protein, something like that. Well, that's not enough. That's not enough. So what I do in that case is I supplement. Usually in this case, if I have, say, 25 or so grams of protein from bacon and eggs, I want to bring that up to 50 or 60. Okay, so what I do is I just simply get a scoop and a half of whey protein, just put it in it's not even a shake. I just put a scoop and a half of whey protein in a cup, put a little water in, stir it up. I like to add cinnamon. By the way, cinnamon is a great addition to chocolate whey protein. Put in a little cinnamon, mix it up. It's not in a blender. It's not a shake with everything. It's not a protein shake. It's just a protein mix with water and whey protein. That's like 36 grams of protein right there. Just that little tiny bit of water with whey protein is 36 grams of quality protein. So if you add that on to my 25 or so grams from bacon and eggs, I mean, you have a lot. You have almost 60 grams. You have 50 to 60 grams of protein if you simply supplement with that. And that's why it's a supplement. Your main meal isn't the whey protein. You're just adding that to what you're eating. So if I have a bacon and egg breakfast that comes to 20 something grams, I supplement. Or if I'm really hungry for breakfast, if I'm like very hungry and I want a really big breakfast, then say a hamburger patty with eggs and all that stuff, that will definitely put me, well over 40 or something. Then in that case, I won't supplement with whey. I'll only supplement with whey protein for my breakfast if everything else, if it only adds to like 20 grams or something of protein. Another typical breakfast that I'll do if I don't eat bacon and eggs, or something with more fat and protein in it, is very, very often I will just eat like a vegan style breakfast. I'll eat a bowl of maybe strawberries and blueberries with a Greek yogurt. And I don't eat unsweetened. I eat the Greek yogurt with sugar. Oh, sugar. Okay, so I eat like a Chobani yogurt with, I think it's non-fat, and it has a little sugar in it. So what? So I eat one of those. Everyone's so paranoid about sugar. So I eat one of those. I eat some berries. That comes to like 150 calories maybe. So that's my typical breakfast when I'm not that hungry. When I want something, but I don't want a lot. I don't want the bacon and eggs. So I'll have, say, a bowl of fruit and, say, a Greek yogurt. I might have, and then in that case, I will supplement with, in that case, also probably with either a scoop and a half or 2 scoops of whey protein to bring protein content up. So I have certain breakfasts. In that case, if I had a scoop and a half of whey protein, and I don't mix it with the yogurt, I have it in a cup and I drink it separate. So I have my little cup of whey protein with water and cinnamon, and then it's chocolate, water and cinnamon. By the way, I buy whey protein that does not have creatine in it. I do not like creatine. It always makes me bloated and it gives me bruises. So I've never had good luck with creatine. So I make sure to buy whey protein without creatine in it, and I like chocolate. So I'll have chocolate, whey protein, maybe a scoop and a half with cinnamon in it, and then that's about 180 calories. So a scoop and a half of whey protein, 180 calories. Then my Greek yogurt is 100, like say 110 calories, I believe. So you add that on, you have 280, 290, I just say 300 calories for my whey protein and my yogurt. And then my fruit is maybe, 30 calories or something. It's not that much at all. So I have a breakfast of, say, 300 something calories. That's my small breakfast. So I have small breakfasts of 300 something calories. I have larger breakfasts of 600 or maybe 600 plus calories. And I might have a medium style breakfast of maybe 400 or 500 calories. So I always keep track of my calories. Always keep a good running total of your calories through the day and really keep it on check. So what I try to do is through the day, I try to shoot for, especially right now, I'm sort of in a phase where I kind of want to lose some weight, lose some fat. So I'm not in my sort of bulking phase anymore. When I was bulking about 6 months ago, I was up to 191. Actually, it was a very healthy 191 pounds. My very lightest, by the way, in this year was 175. So my very lightest 175, my heaviest 191. I feel best around 180 or in the lower 180s. So my goal right now is about 180. Right now I'm around 185. So I could afford to lose about 5 more pounds. So what I do, especially now in this sort of fat losing phase, is I really try to get under my maintenance calories. And the only way to do that is to keep track of your calories through the day. And I'll usually hit, my goal usually is around maybe 1,400, 1,500 calories by maybe 6 or 7 p.m. And if I do that, then I have room for, a good, for even 500 calories of snack food or whatever I eat at night. And sometimes the snacking isn't really bad. Sometimes I'll have a Greek yogurt with fruit at night. So snacking isn't always necessarily bad stuff. I mean, I do snack on good things like fruit, so it's not all junk food. But I keep track of my calories through the day, shoot for about 1,500 or so. And then, with a little snacking, I'll hit, say, 2,000 calories. My maintenance calories are about 2,400. So if I get 2,000 calories, that's perfect for if I want to lose a few pounds. So I'm getting 2,000 calories. I'm getting adequate calories. I'm not starving myself, but I am below that maintenance. But this takes time, especially when you're older. Okay, especially when you're older in your 60s like me, this takes time. You have to, this doesn't happen overnight. And so my goal in this next year is simply to continue what I've been doing and to continue to build a little muscle and lose a little fat. And it's not going to be dramatic because I don't take performance enhancing drugs. I don't take testosterone or TRT. I'm totally 100% natural. I don't even take creatine. I only supplement with some whey protein, and I eat normal food from all the food groups. So this is my advice to you. If you're an older person or any age for that matter, and you want to improve your health and your body composition, take photos on a regular basis, like weekly photos, watch your calories, really keep track of your calories and know what you're putting in your body, and exercise on a regular basis with various types of exercises. Mix it up. Don't always do the same thing. Don't just do the same thing day in and day out. Curls, the man thing, curls and bench press. That's all that men want to do is curls and bench press. And I haven't done one bench press this whole entire year. And look at how great shape I got into. I didn't do one bench press all year long. Not one. I didn't do one deadlift. I didn't do one squat with barbells. Of course, I do body weight squats and other types of squats. But you need to learn to mix things up and have fun doing it. So take photos, watch your calories, get a lot of protein, 50 to 60 grams of protein for your first meal of the day, and I forgot. Yeah, take photos, protein. Well, you got it. I said it all before. So I hope that this video helps you out. I really want to help you out as an older person in their 50s or 60s. And if you haven't subscribed already to my channel, do so. And I'm sorry that I haven't posted videos lately, but this is my latest. I felt I had to show you my progress. I'm really happy about it. So I'm still on my health journey. You need to remain on your health journey. Don't let yourself go. Don't let yourself go, especially as an older person, if you're in your 50s or 60s. Like I said, I saw this man who was my age, even younger than me, like 6 months younger than me. The guy looked like he was 80 years old. I mean, the shrivelly skin, and I'm not going to name names. He makes YouTube videos. And I don't want to make judgments because the guy probably had a hard life, but I'm saying if you want to avoid that, if you want to avoid looking 80 when you're 60, you need to do these things. Don't just fall into the trap of joining a gym and doing the man thing if you're a man, curls and bench press, and then go to the treadmill. There's other things that you can do. And if you want to learn about these other things, you can follow some great people on YouTube. You can follow my videos. I always try to mix things up with showing the types of exercises that I do. So once again, thanks for joining me. I hope that this helped you out. So stay tuned for my next video.